Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, how's it going? Sorry, I'm doing it this way. I was trying to take notes and I just couldn't do it as well because I wanted to do the images to show. Um, Basically, we had a good meeting. Amy and Dad, Audrey, and I had a good meeting with Dr. Nielsen today. Basically, what he said was that Mom's in a great position to do the surgery right now because she has no blood clot. Those who were worried about the blood clot's gone. They did this thing called ejection fraction to figure out how healthy Mom's heart is. Mom's heart is really healthy right now, and so her supporting self is in good shape to do this surgery. One of the problems is that so we had talked the other day about, do we need to do the surgery, or should they do the surgery if Mom's health is in good shape? Is it something they need to do? So what I like to do is show the following. So here is a picture of a healthy knee. And there, this x-ray was taken today. There is Audrey's knee. Healthy knee, Audrey's knee. So what we see is in this knee, that's a healthy knee with no arthritis. Look at the space between those two bones. And then there's Audrey's knee. No arthritis, Audrey's knee. There's her femur and there's her tibia. That's what is meant on bone. All that cartilage is gone. So the femur is basically touching the tibia. And that's what's resulting in the pain when it comes. It's not there all the time, because if Audrey is sitting and relaxing, then the traction between those two bones goes away and she's able to be okay. There's also what might be contributing to some balance issues. Not all of them, but this might be contributing to some of the balance issues. So there again is the x-ray that they took this afternoon when we were there. So the right knee is in rough shape, and the left knee is not too bad, though it has some arthritis as well. The challenge is that that right knee is in rough shape, and as a result, it is not going to ever get better. It might, so it's not going to get better, it's only going to get worse. And the problem is, even though the left knee is not as bad, what happens is there'll be a compensation to that other side, to the left knee, and that's going to cause the left knee to go as well. So basically, one of the ways that I look at this is like you have a hole in the ceiling, and we know there's a hole in the ceiling because it's been leaking anytime it rains. And so and what happens is the best time to fix the roof is when it's not raining, when the weather and the conditions are good. Though you could wait for the conditions to get really bad to do it, but you can't control the conditions as much as you can when they're in good shape. So the knee will not fix itself. And so when Audrey's health is good is one of the better times to look at fixing this. And just like water through the roof will start damaging the floor, damage to the right knee will eventually cause the left knee to become more problematic. So they also, Dr. Nielsen kept talking about this element of varus, and what he's talking about is when you see this picture where it's a bow knee, it bows out because you see that medial part of the femur, this part of the femur right here, there's no space. And that's what causes the knee to bow out a little bit, doing undue pressure on the knee as well. So let's say that they go forward with the surgery on Monday. What to expect? Well, what they'll do is Sunday night they'll call and say, hey, this is what time you come in. They'll do an epidural, so they'll block out all sensation below. They're going to do some type of light general anesthesia, basically helping so Audrey's unconscious during the procedure. They're also going to do a bunch of local blocks on the knee, so the epidural will last for about a day. The general anesthesia is going to last just basically throughout the procedure, and those blocks they do with the needles, they should last up to 3 days. So the pain for up to 3 days should be manageable. Now this is the Zimmer Bionet knee, is what they're proposing to use. So there's the distal or the bottom of the femur, and they're going to shave off and cut off the arthritic bone. And then they put those holes, those 3 holes match 3 holes in this metal component, which is going to be the end of the femur. This is now this strong metal that they'll then insert, almost like Lego, into the distal end of that femur. Then they're going to shave the top plateau off of the tibia and then put in this tibial component that makes the flat surface for the other end of this hinge joint. The metal part, the part that goes into the tibia, is metal, and then that component is a hard plastic that's going to be between the femur and the tibia. And this part actually I thought was cool, I didn't know, is they'll put a new component underneath the patella to help with any of the arthritic damage that may have been done there. So this is what the knee kind of looks like now, and that's what it's going to look like after the replacement is done. So that is basically the procedure. Now, what will happen is if the procedure goes forward, it would be one night in the hospital on Monday, and then he says, go home. He says, I don't want you to go to any of the facilities. You go home, you're around your familiar places. Then physical therapy will come every day, and physical therapy will work with Audrey each day, though she'll be responsible for doing like exercises 3 times a day, and as well as walking for at least 5 minutes 3 times a day, immediately trying to bend and flex. He said recovery wise, we're looking at 3 months, but the immediate challenge is those first 3 weeks. He said those are the hardest. The first week, second and third week are the hardest, trying to make sure that there's no scar tissue and that Audrey's going to be able to bend her knee. So it's not so much if the knee should be replaced as so much it is when. So that's basically those are the main notes that I took, and Amy Lynn can help to add some other ones as well. And I'm happy to take phone calls later on tonight or later on this afternoon. If you got other questions, I'm happy to do it. Thanks, everyone. We sure love you, and Audrey, we pray for you.